Hey everybody, this is my 20-gallon Angelfish tank, and recently I replaced the light. Now I thought it was going to be a much cooler color temperature than this. It turned out to be a very soft color temperature, which is a little too soft for me. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about the fixture now, but it is sort of a rigged together under cabinet fixture that I have on the tank, and so I finally was able to get a replacement tube for the original fixture that was on there, and I've gone with the tubes that I've been using a lot of recently, and they are these Great Value brand. This is the Walmart store brand, but it's the 5000K Daylight. I had a lot of issues with the 2700K. The only 2700K tubes I got to work properly were 4-foot tubes in a shop lamp I've got in the other room. They work just fine. Every other 2700K tube I tried on all of these fish tanks with all of these small fixtures like this. This is a standard plastic, fish tank hood. I don't know how well it's going to come out here. Let's bring it down into a little bit better light. But it's just a standard plastic fish tank hood. And what I did was I took the T8 tube out of it, and this is now the LED retrofit, but it's the 5000K. I've turned it on, I've given it a test run, it did come on, so I'm going to assume it works, but over time it may go out and stop working. You never know, it could burn out 5 minutes after I put it in there. I don't really know. I'm going to assume that it's going to function just fine, so we're going to do a simple before and after, and there's your before. And there's your after. Now I've given it a few minutes to let everybody settle down, obviously turning the lights out and banging the hood around and swapping them out and getting the lights turned back on has everybody a little freaked out and agitated. But the point of the video wasn't so much to look at the fish as it was to look at the change in color temperature. So that was, I believe, 3000K that was on there before. Again, even to me that still looked a little softer than 3000K. That looked like 2700K to me. And now we are at the 5000K, and you can already see how much more color you can see in the angelfish and all the sparkle that you get off of those scales that are sort of almost pearl scale, not quite, but it definitely looks like it has some pearl scale genetics in it, and you can now see that under that nice 5000K light. It's got all that extra blue in there, and it pops all those colors and brings out all those little shimmers and shines. So I'm happy with it. I like the 5000K color temperature. It's not too blue. It's not too anesthetic looking. But at the same time, it allows you to see all the colors that are really there in the tank, whereas that softer light, you just don't see it. Everything looks sort of sunsetty and soft and orange, and that's the whole point. That's what it's supposed to look like. But again, I don't like that for the full-time viewing. So this is what the tank is now going to look like. So I'm going to swap these out too. This is another fluorescent tube in my quarantine tank down here, and just for the sake of having LEDs in all of my tanks, I'll be taking that tube out and putting a retrofit LED tube in it. So this is what I had rigged up to put on top of it before, and this is what we were just looking at. You can see it's an under cabinet fixture that I've just sort of wedged in there. I've even got some screws and washers holding it, so I can go ahead and just take that right on out. I could probably even put it back in the box and return it to the store. I haven't so much as put a piece of tape on it as far as marring it up or anything. And then the plug there, I actually just connected the existing wires that came in right to the plug, so I didn't even have to cut the plug or anything. I didn't even take it out of its original windings. So that's what was in there, and I didn't like it. So that's what we've got now. So there you go, everybody. That is not the end of my lighting videos. I do still have my office tank that I'm going to be switching the lighting around. I've got it all set up and ready to go. I just haven't bothered to feel like shooting any video of myself doing it, and there's no point in doing it if I'm going to have to undo it later just to shoot a video of me doing it again so that I can get it all on video. So one of these days in the near future, I'll be up for doing that, so make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss that or anything else. So thanks again for watching this one. I'll see you real soon in the next one.